This is an introduction. I am Henry Ikwang, a DBA student of California Intercontinental University, CIU, majoring in entrepreneurship and business management. What is competitive advantage? This is the way of getting higher profit than competitors in the marketplace. How to gain a competitive advantage? There are two key dimensions. Scope of the strategy. Under scope of strategy, we have broad market, narrow market. Second one is source of competitive advantage. Under that, we have differentiation and low cost. Now, this is Porter's 4 competitive strategies. It's a quadrant. Inside this quadrant, we have cost leadership, differentiation, cost focus, differentiation focus. We have the scope of the quadrant. The scope of the quadrant is we have under the scope of the quadrant we have the narrow and the broad, and then we have cost. Under the source we have cost and differentiation. Overall cost. Overall cost implies becoming the lowest cost provider for a broad customer base. This is achieved by efficient or lean production method, closer relationship with suppliers, and investment in new technologies. Example of this is Amazon. Amazon basically sells the same products as everybody else, but the price on Amazon are genuinely cheaper than the price that you find on high street retail shops. It is also a single marketplace, so the cost becomes their biggest advantage. Overall differentiation. This involves doing something different, unique, and more efficient to make the customer pay more. And it can be achieved by providing high quality, better brand value, and a wider distribution. Example is Apple. The quality and brand value of Apple is much better than competing brands. Cost focus. This implies cost leadership in a narrow or focused market. Examples of this is Rolls-Royce. The Rolls-Royce brand is a very diverse example. This brand has cost leadership in a very focused market and targets the wealthy and elite. Differentiation focus. This approach requires a differentiation strategy in a narrow or focused market. Examples of this is Costa. This approach by Costa focuses on mobile offerings for busy and mobile set of customers. When Costa adopted the drive-through business model, they focus on customers who don't necessarily want to sit down and have a cup of coffee. This group of customers prefer the Costa brand and the offerings, but don't have the time to actually sit down and enjoy a cup of coffee. Therefore, this narrow customer base have coffee on the move. Usefulness of Porter's strategies in analyzing the companies. First, Amazon. Amazon approach to gaining competitive advantage over competitors through cost leadership matches one of Porter's 4 competitive strategies. Amazon is a leading provider of goods and services at a lower cost for a broad customer base. Therefore, Porter's strategy as regards overall cost were useful in this analysis. The second one is Apple. Apple brand is a leading provider of high quality and unique products, better brand value, and a wider distribution network. The products are outstanding in the marketplace and are much better than competing brands. The overall differentiation of Apple products and its brand value confirms one of Porter's competitive strategies. Number 3 is the Rolls-Royce. The Rolls-Royce approach to cost leadership is on a focused market. This brand targets the affluent and wealthy elite. They maintain a high brand value and focus on a narrow group, which gives them a competitive advantage over competitors. Therefore, Porter's strategy based on cost focus were useful in this analysis. And the fourth and final brand is Costa. The Costa brand focuses on mobile offerings for a busy set of customers who cannot afford the time to sit down at a coffee shop for a cup of coffee. Costa identified this need from a narrow customer base and created value by offering coffee on the move. This approach relates to one of Porter's strategy, emphasizing differentiation focus. Thank you everyone for your attention and cooperation.